Paul, the child of God, he was walking along the road, and I asked him, tell me, where are you going? He told me.
Hi everybody, welcome to this edition of Dave Rabbit at the Movies. Now I gotta tell you, I really had a difficult time trying to decide what movie I was going to preview and see and review for the week of August 28th, 2009, when a group of movies come out. Because there's a couple of good ones that come out, you know, a couple of remakes, whatever. But you know, when it all got said and done, I decided I was going to stick with my roots, which is rock and roll music, because there is a really nifty movie coming out. It's going to come out on August 28th of 2009. It's an Ang Lee movie. It's called Taking Woodstock. Now, the movie basically is a loose Hollywood version of the real thing. Now, they've taken Hollywood licenses on some things, and of course, obviously, if you have seen the Woodstock documentary, or if you were there, good luck if you were there. Myself, now, this thing started, the original Woodstock started on August 15th, my birthday. I haven't got any gifts from you guys yet. Anyway, August 15th, 1969, I'm in my second tour of Vietnam at Phan Rang Air Base, and Woodstock is taking place. And, you know, it was a 3-day extravaganza. I mean, bands like Santana, Grateful Dead, Creedence Clearwater Revival, The Who, Jefferson Airplane, Joe Cocker, Blood, Sweat and Tears, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Sly and the Family Stone, Janis Joplin, and Jimi Hendrix. There was a total of 32 acts over 3 days, and the music came on constantly. And you know, other than just the time it took to change the bands out, it was a constant entertainment event. It was historical. There'll never be another Woodstock, original Woodstock. Now, if I'm not mistaken, some clowns tried to do a rekindling of that thing, and it didn't even get close. The original Woodstock had over 500,000 people that crowded the area out there in New York, and the meadows and the farms and the hills and the dales and whatever. And I mean, it was just an amazing event. Now, I'll tell you what's really interesting. June 2009, the powers that be came out with a special director's edition, director's cut of the original documentary of Woodstock. This is a 3 DVD collection, and there's over something, I think I saw something where it's like over 13 hours or something of additional extras, including performances by some of the ones that were cut out of the original documentary, like CCR and some of those others. But it's just an amazing thing. So even if you go to your local Crockbuster and rent it, I'm sure you are going to have a good time with it. Okay, back to Taking Woodstock. As I said, it's a Hollywood version. It's loosely based on the documentary, but there's a lot of factual stuff there. Now, if you're expecting to go to Taking Woodstock and hearing riffs of Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin screaming her guts out, it's not going to happen, baby puppies. I mean, they've got people that are supposed to be these people, and obviously they are not the originals. But, you know, all in all, I think it's a really good movie. You know, I rate it 3 rabbits up, only from the standpoint that, you know, I mean, I know the story. I have a background with this particular time and of life and events and whatever. And, you know, it's real hard to give this 4 rabbits up, but it is definitely worth going to see in the movies from the standpoint of listening to the songs. Now, obviously, they are renditions of the original artist. But I mean, the songs still are very decently done. Now, the great thing, if you're wanting to really kind of stay attuned to the original Woodstock, there are nudity, there is cavorting hippies, There's even some bisexual fooling around. What the hell's the deal with that? Now, here's what's funny. The actors are Demetri Martin, who is kind of the central character and plays the kiddo trying to work all this stuff out. Eugene Levy has a pretty neat part in it. Imelda Staunton, Jonathan Groff, and of course Lee Schreiber, or Schreiber, depending on how you want to say it. He plays a transsexual cop. So it's got a lot of humor in the thing. It's got a lot of history to the thing. And like I say, they have taken some literary license on the thing. But I think it's still a movie that you will enjoy. As I say, it's Three Rabbits. So before we finish out here, let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer. Oh, one more thing. Well, I'll tell you when we get through. Let's look at the trailer first, and then we'll go back.
Delmonico Resort is my parents' lifeblood.
Oh, it's a resort now?
With the addition of the swimming pool, we should drive heavy tourist traffic right to our door.
Dad, that's bleach for laundry.
It kills the germs. What's the difference?
I'm sorry. You're in arrears on the mortgage.
Just give us a couple months, please. We'll get the money.
Look at this. Some hippie thing's gonna get canceled unless they find a new place for the concert.
Wow, Janis Joplin. Grateful Dead, The Who. Well, the locals killed it.
Bummer, man.
Can you connect me with something called the Woodstock Ventures?
You have a permit, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
You say you want to use these fields here?
That's why we're here.
You'll have to tidy up after yourself.
Of course.
We're gonna need a place for people to crash. Why don't we just buy the Delmonico out for the season? We like to pay cash in advance.
Your mother says we can triple our money.
3 times the rooms.
The word is getting out that maybe we'll have a few more guests than we originally thought.
The New York State Thruway has been backed up all the way from the George Washington Bridge. It's basically a parking lot. Police are planning the first ever emergency closing of the entire Thruway.
What?
You know what those hippies are going to do to our town?
Shut this thing down!
If this rain might get a little electrical.
We don't want to pry too much into the audience.
What should I do?
Rally your troops.
Do I have troops?
Got your mom, don't you? She's a battalion.
You need help.
What kind of help?
My God.
It's starting.
Go see this thing.
See what the center of the universe looks like.
It's beautiful. It's fate.
Right there at the top of that hill.
You gave them the brownies?
Okay, there you go, baby puppies. Okay, what I was going to say, and I kind of got sidetracked because I was sitting there trying to figure out when I was going to insert it into this Dave Rabbit at the Movies segment. But one thing that I think you're going to find really interesting is that, you know, I always put behind-the-scenes photos or whatever that I have acquired or gotten off the internet or whatever. And this particular show is really kind of cool because not only am I going to show you some photos from the movie Taking Woodstock, I also have some photos of the original 1969 Woodstock, including some really neat photos of Jimi Hendrix giving autographs, Janis Joplin screaming her guts out. I mean, there's some really neat photos in there. Additionally, you're going to see some really kind of neat artwork and just some neat shots that were taken. There's one shot that shows the entire crowd of over 500,000. They couldn't even get everybody on the same picture, as an example. And you might also see something really kind of cool. Their website, which I have at the beginning and the end of this thing, but basically it's a focusfilms.com, Focus Features, film, Taking Woodstock, whatever the hell it is. Anyway, you'll see it on the beginning and the ending, but if you go to it, they have a little device there, and you may have seen it I don't know whether I put it in the intro, outro, maybe both, I don't know. Who knows? I'm 60, going on 61. Who knows? So anyway, there's a way where you can sit there and put your own picture and have it be like a psychedelic photo. So you saw it either in the beginning and the end, maybe both. Who knows? Who cares? All right, anyway, this is a Three Rabbits movie. I really like the movie. I mean, you know, it's not earth-shattering by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely worth going to see at a big screen simply because of the massive amounts of people and the extras or whatever that they did to recreate this historical event, which was Woodstock in 1969, August 15th through the 17th, and of course representing this, which comes out August 28th, 2009. So that's it for this Dave Rabbit at the Movies. I hope you enjoyed this.